Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're looking into this new thing called MCP.
Model Context Protocol.
Right, Model Context Protocol. You sent me a ton of stuff on this.
Yeah.
Announcements, documentation, even a quick start guide. I mean, it looks like the folks over at Anthropic with Claude AI are really onto something.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like MCP is tackling like a really core problem, holding back a lot of AI development, like data accessibility.
So even if an AI is super smart, it can't do much without data to work with.
Exactly. It's like having a world-class chef stuck in a kitchen with absolutely no ingredients.
Right, you can't make anything.
Exactly.
So data is like the fuel.
Yeah.
How does this MCP change the recipe?
Well, MCP is basically this open standard that allows AI to connect to lots of different data sources in a secure way. So it breaks down the walls between the AI and the data that it needs.
So instead of like a single pantry, it's like the AI chef now has access to a whole grocery store of data.
That's a great analogy. And that grocery store even includes your own personal data. Imagine your AI assistant being able to analyze your finances or help you write better code or even draft emails based on your past correspondence.
That sounds incredibly powerful. But wait, giving AI access to my personal data, that raises some red flags.
That's a valid concern, but this is where the client-server architecture of MCP comes in. It's like giving your AI a secure key to specific drawers in your filing cabinet. It can only access the files that you've given permission to, and all of the data remains safely on your device.
So AI isn't copying or sending my data anywhere.
Exactly. You retain full control. And this secure access opens up a ton of possibilities. The Quick Start guide that you sent me actually shows how to connect Claude Desktop to a local SQLite database.
Yeah, I saw that. It seemed pretty technical.
Yeah, it's a little technical, but the basic idea is pretty simple. So let's say you have a database with product information for your business. Using MCP, you could have Claude analyze the pricing trends or help you design new tables for customer orders, all within your existing workflow.
So you could potentially get some serious AI insights into your own data.
Exactly. And while the Quick Start focuses on SQLite, MCP can connect to a lot more than just that file system's other databases, potentially even APIs.
So it's not just for techies, and it's not limited to one type of data.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how big this could be.
It is a big deal. Companies are already starting to build on top of MCP. The sources that you sent actually mention Block, formerly known as Square, and how they're using it to develop what they call agentic systems.
Agentic systems. What are those?
So you can think of them as AI systems that are designed to be proactive helpers. So they automate tasks and free up your time and mental energy.
Like an AI assistant that handles your schedule, books meetings, maybe even drafts emails based on your communication style.
Exactly. MCP empowers those kinds of systems by giving them secure data access that they need to function well and help you get things done.
It's like having a super-powered personal assistant.
Right. And it's a big shift from how we've traditionally used AI. Like, instead of being isolated tools, it seems like we're moving towards these more integrated systems that can work in the background and connect to our data.
And make things easier.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
MCP is the key to unlocking all that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
By providing a standardized way for AI to securely access and interact with data, it's laying the groundwork for this whole new era of intelligent assistance.
You know, all this talk about security and data access is reassuring, but it makes me curious about the practical side of things. How easy is it to actually use MCP?
Well, from what I've seen, the Quick Start Guide is actually surprisingly user-friendly. The steps to connect Claude Desktop to a local SQLite database are pretty straightforward, even if you're not a tech expert.
So it seems like Anthropic made an effort to make it accessible to a wide audience.
Definitely. And remember, the Quick Start Guide is just the tip of the iceberg. The real power of MCP comes from its flexibility. Well, as more developers build MCP servers for different data sources and tools, we'll see a whole ecosystem of these MCP-enabled applications. And each of them will offer different ways to leverage AI with our data.
So it's not just about connecting to databases. It's about connecting to everything. Files, applications, online services. The whole world could be a playground for AI.
Yeah, you got it. And that's also why the open source approach is so crucial. By making MCP freely available, Anthropic is inviting the whole world to collaborate and build this future together.
I like that. It feels like one of those moments that could genuinely change the course of technology. Like this could fundamentally shift how we interact with AI.
Yeah, I agree. We're witnessing AI transitioning from just a novelty to an indispensable partner. It helps us navigate the world.
So for our listeners out there, what is the one thing they should remember about MCP?
I think the most important thing is that MCP is opening up a whole new world of possibilities by connecting AI to the data that it needs to really thrive. It's like the missing piece of the puzzle that enables it to understand context and make connections and just become more useful in our lives.
Very well put. I'm kind of curious. What kind of data would you personally want to connect to an AI assistant if it were as easy as plugging in a lamp?
Hmm, that's a great question. For me, it'd be my research library. Imagine having an AI assistant that could instantly sift through thousands of articles and books and papers, find the most relevant information, and even summarize the key findings. That would be a game changer for my work.
That's like having a superpowered research assistant.
Exactly. But the possibilities go beyond just research. Think about connecting to your calendar or email or even social media. Your AI could help manage your schedule or prioritize tasks or even draft responses. And it would learn your preferences and adapt to you.
That's like a personalized AI butler.
In a way, yes. But one that's focused on empowering you and not just doing things for you. And that's where I think the magic of MCP comes in. It's about giving you, the user, more control and agency over how you interact with AI.
Okay, my mind is officially buzzing.
Yeah.
This is really exciting stuff.
It is. And it's just the beginning. As MCP evolves and more applications are built on top of it, we'll continue to see new and unexpected ways to use AI.
So what advice would you give to our listeners who might want to learn more about MCP?
I'd say dive in and explore. There's so much information available online. The official MCP documentation, open source code repositories, online communities. It's a great time to get involved.
It's funny, we often talk about AI as this big abstract concept, but MCP really brings it down to earth.
Yeah.
It's about making it tangible and accessible and ultimately more useful for everyone.
Yeah, it really seems like MCP is making AI something we can actually use.
Right, that's a fundamental shift. We're moving away from AI as this distant concept and more towards AI as like a partner. And, it always comes back to that question of data. What data do we want to connect to our AI assistants? We've talked about research libraries and calendars and even social media. But for our listeners who aren't researchers or social media gurus, what other data could they connect?
Well, think about all the data that's a part of your life already. Your finances, health records, shopping habits, travel itineraries. What if your AI could analyze all that spending and suggest ways to save money? Or what if it could track your fitness goals and give you workout recommendations?
So it's like having a whole team of AI experts behind the scenes optimizing every aspect of your life.
Exactly. And as more and more things become connected, the amount of data we can use will just keep growing. And MCP gives us this framework to use it.
I can imagine an AI travel agent that plans a trip based on my past experiences.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just one example. As more people start using MCP, we'll see a whole new wave of applications and services that we haven't even thought of yet.
It really does feel like we're at the edge of a new frontier with endless possibilities. But you know me, I always like to leave our listeners with something to think about. So here's a thought. What kind of world could we create if everyone had AI assistants that could seamlessly integrate with their data assistants that help us make better decisions, learn new things, live more fulfilling lives?
That's a really great question. And I think while we can't know for sure what the future holds, one thing is certain. MCP is laying the foundation for a future where AI is a core part of our lives. And it's up to all of us to shape that future so that it benefits everyone.
So to all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The future of AI is in your hands. Until next time, happy diving.